And we are live. All right, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining this session, Young and Moneywise. Good afternoon to all our attendees and, of course, our speakers who are here to do justice to the topic. My name is Vincent Asakame, and I'll be the moderator for this session. This afternoon, we'll be discussing the importance of financial literacy, financial knowledge for young people. So this session is open to teenagers who basically are on holiday, and it's an important knowledge session that would help teenagers particularly understand how money works, how to save, how to um, begin to build and grow their wealth even as children today. We have speakers who will be doing justice to this topic, who will be speaking on it in the very, very simple way, just to ensure that all our attendees get this knowledge and understand what's expected of them, especially as they grow up. Financial literacy is something that we often think is for grown-ups, it's only for adults. And it's important that as teenagers, as children, we understand how we can be able to control our money even as at this age that we are. It's this session basically is to help teenagers who are on this call who watch later to understand the value of money, how to manage it wisely, and how the choices that they make can set the stage for financial independence in the future. I know as children, when we always think about when we grow up and how we want to buy the best cars, drive the best cars, live in the best houses, have the best jobs, and make money, the kind of money that we probably do not have. And it's important that we understand that the choices we make, which we'll learn from this session, is something that would help us. Money is something that we use every day, but many teenagers still don't get a chance to learn about it until later in life. So a lot of people who, I mean, grown-ups probably learn about money when they get their first job, when they're working, when they learn to maybe have a bank account and the likes. But it's something that we should learn as we grow up, right? By starting early, we have the tools to make confident choices and avoid common money mistakes. If you ask grown-ups today, if you ask our parents, if you ask adults around you, you understand that they've made some money mistakes in the past, maybe wrong investments, maybe, I mean, just recently there was some wrong investment that brought some people's life savings. I mean, just wiped away some people's life savings, right? These are the kind of mistakes you don't want to make as children. So this session will help us to learn about not making money mistakes, making the right choices, and being able to build the life, the future that we desire for ourselves. All right, we would move basically straight into the first presentation. We have these presentations in this session that will just help us to understand the topic in a very simple way, right? This first presentation is going to be delivered by Olajide Oladipupo, who is going to speak to us about understanding the basics of money. He's going to talk to us about understanding money, the basics. Now, Olajide works around money. His day-to-day job is helping to manage money for larger corporations, helping to manage money, helping to ensure that companies don't get broke. The company he manages don't get broke. So Olajide is going to tell us now what basically money is, how we can, I mean, basically help us understand the basics of money. Good afternoon, Olajide. Hi, Olajide, if you're speaking, you're muted.
Apologies for that. All right. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, you can. All
Yes, I can
right.
hear you.
All right. Okay, great. Well, okay. So I said thank you, Vincent, for the intro. So to start with, so good day to all our esteemed customers of Coronation Life Assurance in Nigeria, in Africa, and around the world. We deeply appreciate you and your families wherever you may be, as you remain our most valued asset and the very backbone of our success in Coronation Life Assurance. Now, Coronation Life has organized this webinar to enlighten and empower our young rising stars on the importance of financial literacy. So, in the next over the next 15 minutes, this session will focus on money and its significance in the lives of our young people. However, to begin with, money exists in different forms. The put of the slide, money exists in different forms depending on the country. For instance, in Nigeria, the naira is used in Nigeria, which is our home country, while the dollar is used in the United States, the pound sterling in the United Kingdom, and we have the cedi, which is being used in Ghana, among others. So to go straight to the purpose of discussion, all right, so let me, hi Vincent, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you please put up your presentation from your
It's
end?
okay.
Yes, from your
Okay.
end.
Okay. All right. So as earlier said, to begin with, money exists in different forms depending on the country. For instance, the naira is used in Nigeria, the dollar is used in the United States, the pound sterling in the United Kingdom, and the cedi in Ghana, among others. Also, if you look at money, money is something that we use every day, especially significantly among our young rising stars. Also, money is used as a medium of exchange. Instead of, you don't need to trade goods for goods. Money specifically, you can use it as a medium of exchange, and it's something that you use on daily basis. You use it on, in fact, every day you make do with money. It comes in many forms, either in notes, in cards, even digital wallets. These are digital wallets. You have your money in cards, in your wallet. You can make do with it at any time. Instead of giving, for example, snacks for data as a young rising star, you just pay with money. So these are part of what money is meant for on daily basis. Also, if you look at, if we look broader about what money is, you also have that money makes trade and business easier. As a young rising stars, if you have reason to trade with anything, to do any business, money makes it easy for you to transact, to do your transactions. Without money, transactions might be difficult. Trading among your peers in our society might be a bit difficult without money. Money also represents value. You can exchange it for goods and services. You agree with me that in the olden days, in those days, where we have what we popularly call the barter system of trading, which we used in those days. But now that is no longer applicable with the advent of money. With your money, you can exchange your money for goods or services. So that's why I said we have, unlike the barter, money is widely acceptable by everyone. Money is acceptable generally by everyone, at any time and at every place. Go to any countries with money, you can trade. Money is generally acceptable anywhere you are in the world. Just name it. With money, you can get anything you want. It is generally acceptable. You cannot take, I need a textbook. When you need a textbook, okay, now say, okay, please take this, what is it called? This iPhone in exchange for textbook. No. But with money, it makes life easy for every young rising stars of customers of a Coronation Life Assurance. And also, modern money isn't just cash. It's not, modern money is not all about cash. It includes, cash transfer, your apps, your mobile money. We have lots of gadgets. You have your iPhone. You have a lot of, apps around you, which on it you can do transfer. We have the mobile money too. So it's not about moving cash from one destination to another. Money goes beyond that in modern days. So as a young rising stars, and you have to get this understanding that, you don't need to be moving cash from one place to another. Also, if we look at it, money, we've been talking about money, what money really is, what money is meant about. What are the importance of this money? Importance of money. Basically, significantly, let's talk about one or two importance of money. What can money do? Money helps to meet basic needs of life. We as young rising stars, this and that. If we look at it, we are taught, this the basic needs of life is food, clothing, and shelter. How do you make this food, clothing, and shelter? Without money, this is not possible. It's not realistic. So the importance of money cannot be whisked away. So you need money for the basic needs of life. That is the food, clothing, and shelter. You need money for education. You need money for health care. You need money for personal growth. These are things that, as a young rising stars of the customers of Coronation Life Assurance, you need to understand that money is important. You use money for education, for your health care, and personal growth. Money also gives freedom of choice. You decide what you want to buy with money. It gives freedom of choice. You don't have to be boxed to a particular corner of how do I make my choice of want. No, with money you have freedom of choice of deciding what you want to buy. Also, we also need to know that money supports savings and investing for the future. Money supports savings, but I will not dwell on that much on this presentation. Money supports savings and investing for the future. Without money, how would you save? Saving is not possible. But if you have money, when there is money, this gives you the habit of savings, habit of investing in future. It's not about, this is money. As a young rising stars, you must understand that with money, you must cultivate a habit. You must be able to save, and you must be able to invest in your future. Other speakers will speak comprehensively on how you invest in the future using your money. Also, example, money helps you, elementarily, you buy your books, you buy your data bundle, you save towards a new phone or buying new things as a young rising stars. When I mean the young rising stars, I'm talking to the teenagers in this context. So those are the importance of money. This particular aspect, it's very important for the teenager, for the young rising stars to understand that money can be used to meet basic needs of life, enables education, healthcare, personal growth, and money gives freedom. And it's also encourages savings and investing for the futures. So, all right, not to take much time. Now, money is more than just cash. It's a tool that gives you choices and opportunities, as I said earlier. So to emphasize, in conclusion, money goes beyond cash, but a tool that gives you choices and opportunities. You have to know that. Money, it's a tool that gives choices and opportunities. Learning how to use money wisely from your teenage years sets you up for a strong future. You have to take this away. Learning how to use money wisely from your teenage years will definitely set you up for a strong future. And money doesn't define who you are, but how you manage it can shape the life you live. Money doesn't define who you are, but how you manage it is what shape the life of. This will definitely, how you manage money, it can shape the life you live. So that is a conclusion. So on the concluding parts, as said earlier, money, like emotions, is something you must control to keep your life on the right track. What are we saying here? You need to control, when it comes to money, you need to control your life in order to be on the right track. You need to control yourself, control your emotion when it comes to money. You need to learn how to utilize money wisely, save money, invest money for your future, invest money in your future, and have understanding that money is something that you must handle carefully. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Olajide. Very wonderful presentation. Thank you very much. We can drop our questions, our comments. You can give Olajide a round of applause on the comment section. If you're watching from YouTube, you can just drop a comment on the comment section to say, well done, Olajide, on that wonderful presentation. You can stop sharing your screen, Olajide. You said a lot of things, and I think it's very important to highlight some. You talked about money being more than cash, and I completely agree with you, especially for our teenagers here on the call. Money is more than cash. It helps. I mean, it's the choices, it guides the choices and opportunities that come your way. When you are given any spare cash, when you have some money, what's the next thing that comes to your mind to do with the money, right? That's one of the questions that I think we need to ask ourselves today. If you are giving 20,000 naira today, 10,000 naira today, I mean, you clearly will not be able to satisfy all your needs because needs become very insatiable. They'll keep coming and keep coming. What do you do with that money? How do you divide to say, I'm going to save this, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to give someone this and all? As teenagers, as Olachi has said, learning how to use money wisely today would help us to help us to set ourselves in the future to be very well. Recently, there's been a trend on social media, and I'm sure that many of our attendees, particularly young people, would understand. There's been a trend around those who are Nepo babies and Lapo babies, and it's the choices that you make today that would, it's possible to not be a Nepo baby today, right? But it's possible to be a Nepo baby in the future because of the kind of money choices that you're making today. And it's also possible to pass on to a Nepo generation because of the kind of choices that you make today. So, as Lajide has said, money is like emotion. You have to control it. You have to be in charge of your money. You have to master it, right? Thank you again, Olajide. So for our attendees, please don't forget that you can ask your questions on the comment section. You can drop whatever comments you have, and we have our speakers who will do justice to whatever questions that you have. We'll go to our next presenter now, Miriam Jimo. Miriam is going to talk to us about smart money habits. We already started talking about what you would do when you have money today. How would you try to meet your needs? How do you, I mean, Olajide have talked about what money is. He has given us an idea of what money is and what money is not. But what habits do you need to take away from this call today, from this session, to be able to manage your money? Miriam is going to tell us smart money habit. Miriam works in she works with money too, like Olajide, but Miriam's main goal is how to make money become better and increase the value of money. So Miriam is a trading expert, an investment expert, everything about increasing the value of the money in your hand. Miriam knows so much about that. So she's going to talk to us now about smart money habits. Good afternoon, Miriam.
Good afternoon, Vincent. Thank you very much for that introduction. My name is Mariam, and thank you so much to all the children that are here today to listen and learn one or two things about smart money, how to make money, and how to save money. So, as my colleague Olajide has said, having money is not just about buying things, having cash in hand, or just spending the entirety of the money you have. It's more than just that. And today we are going to be discussing how to build smart money habits, regardless of whether you are 10 years old, you're 12 years old, or you're 15 years old. Regardless, building these habits does not just start. It's not about age. The earlier you start, the better you become as you grow. So this is why we're going to be asking when they ask you a question like, if your mom gives you $5,000, 5,000 naira, what are you going to use that money to do? So there was a situation whereby I was with my nephew. His name is Ayomide, and his mom, who happens to be my auntie, gave him 5,000 naira. And I was just asking him a question that, so what are you going to use this 5,000 naira for? Are you going to use it to buy snacks, or are you going to use it? Are you going to save it, or are you going to buy a toy? And he was telling me about, oh, you see this money, eh? I've been asking my mom to buy me a toy for the past 1 week. She did not answer me, but this money I'm going to use it to buy this car toy. All my friends have it. Like in school, it's the trending thing. Everybody have it. I'm the only one that doesn't have it. Then I now asked them that, fine, this toy that you have, do you really, really need it? Like, is this something you need? It was like, no, but all the children in my class have it. Then I was like, fine, it is good that you have things that you want, everybody in your class have it, and you want to have the same thing. But this money, what if there comes an opportunity that you need something? It's not like you can go and sell the car to buy the thing you need. What if you need the socks in school? And your mommy say, I gave you 5,000. Use the money to buy socks now. But you've already used the money to buy that toy car that you wanted because the entire school, your entire friends have it. So it's very important to build this habit on how to, if you have money, it's not about spending all of it. It's about spending part of it and also saving part of it. And that is why it's very important for us to learn smart money habits. Now, what are smart money habits? Smart money habits are the little things that you do when it comes to money. They are the choices that you make. Like now, your mom gives you 5,000 naira now. You say, okay, I want to buy socks for school. I also need to I want a toy car. And it's also very important to save. Then you ask yourself, what is the most important thing when it comes to this 5,000 naira that is in your hand? So you say, okay, why don't I buy a toy? You buy a toy. That is a choice. Why don't I buy a toy, or why don't I buy the socks I need for school? The toy, you just want it. You can easily get it. But you're going to school on Monday. That socks is very important. So that is why smart money habits are the small, smart choices you make every day to make your money work for you and not just disappear. And these habits are something that are going to help you not just now, but as you go on in life. As you get older, the more money you get. Today, your mom gives you 1,000. Tomorrow, your mom gives you 5,000. It's very important for you to know how to use that money. Now, when it comes to smart money habits, one of the most important habits is to save before you spend. And when I say save before you spend, it means that if it is 1,000 or 2,000 naira that you have, don't just say, okay, since it's 1,000 that you have, you want to spend the entire money buying something that will just finish in a twinkle of an eye. Like at the end of the day, it wouldn't, like, it will just, okay, let's say you want to buy meat pie, for example, and you go and buy a meat pie worth 1,000 naira. If you eat that meat pie, the money is gone. Maybe of that 1,000 naira meat pie, use it to buy that 1,000 naira, use it to buy two meat pies. But what if you say, okay, why don't I save 500 naira for future, because you're going to school on Monday and you will need socks for Monday. And you spend 500 naira to purchase the meat pie. You have saved 500 naira for socks, and you've also saved 500 naira you've also saved 500 naira for your meat pie. You save and you spend. It's not really about, oh, you want to take all that money and spend it on meat pie. No. Another important smart money habit is that you must set a goal for your money. What we mean by goal is that you're not just saving money because you want to save money. No, you are saving money because tomorrow you are going to need that money for something better. Next week, you're going to use that money for something better. So when you set the goal, is it that you want to buy a toy car? You want to buy a new game, or there's a new book that just came out and you want to buy it by yourself? You don't want to bother your mommy, you don't want to bother your daddy. Like, it depends on what you want to use that money for. Don't just save for saving's sake. Make sure that as you are saving, you have a goal you are saving towards. Okay, you have a book. This book costs 5,000 naira. You don't have 5,000 naira, but your mom gave you 2,000 naira. You use 1,000 naira to buy whatever it is you need at that point. If it is a socks, if it is pen for school, if it is a clothes for school, and then you save 1,000 naira towards that book that you want to buy. That is what it means to set a goal. So that when you're after saving for like 1,000 consecutively, and the money you need to buy that book complete, you can go ahead and buy that book, or decide that, okay, I don't really need that book anymore for now because I've already collected my friend's own and read it. Then you can decide that, okay, I'll keep saving the money and maybe set a new goal or something. Then you track your money. What it means to track your money is that you should know where your money goes to. Where are you keeping your money? If you're keeping your money in a piggy bank, or you're keeping your money in a box, in a box called like a wooden colo, like a rap book called a wooden colo. Either you're keeping your money there or you're keeping your money in a piggy bank. It doesn't matter where you're keeping your money. Just make sure you're tracking how much money you are putting in it. You are tracking how much money you put there today, how much money you put there today. You can be writing it down in a book. And if you know how to use Excel, you can also note it down in Excel. So also another important smart money habit is that you must learn before you buy. And what this means is that if you need something urgently, let's say you want to buy a new food flask, for example, you're going to school, you're resuming in September, and you need a new food flask, and the vendor tells you the food flask is 5,000 naira. The first thing you're going to ask yourself is that, but I have one. You have one at home that you used last session. Can you still use it? If it's still good, you can decide that, okay, I can save that money and then just use the one I used last session. And you can also say, okay, if you truly need, maybe the one you used last session has already broken or it's damaged. You can decide that, okay, fine, let me buy a new one. But you cannot, if the vendor says it is 5,000 naira, you cannot just buy it 5,000 naira like that. So you have to make sure that you ask, okay, what is the last price of this thing? Is this the best price you can give me? If she said 5,000, you can bring it down to 4,000 naira. If she agrees, you can also say, can I buy it for 3,500 naira? Because most times vendors are always looking to make profit, but it is also important for you that you are saving money from what you are buying. Just because they called it 5,000 naira does not mean you have to buy that flask for 5,000 naira. You can bring the price down for a best price that will suit you and save the rest of the money. These smart money habits are very important. They're not just what, even as an adult as I am now, I still make sure that I follow these habits. And it's something that keeps me going when it comes to my money, when it comes to my finances. I get paid today. What do I use my money for? First thing I do is save. And even if we build this habit, it's also very important for us to be able to distinguish between what our wants are and what our needs are. Now, when it comes to needs, that there are things that are necessary for you, necessity, things that you cannot do without. You know that if you don't eat at school, you'll be hungry and you'll not be able to focus in class. That is, food is a necessity. You need food and you must be able to spend money on food. You need pen, you need book. They are a necessity for school and you need those things. Even when you're at home, as you're attending lesson, you have to eat lunch during classes. You have to, you need to have your notes, you need to have your pen, you need to have all the necessary things. You need water. And money is what you use to get all these things. So needs are very important. And before we start thinking about our wants, which wants are things that you want to have. Like, you don't necessarily need them, but there are things that make you feel good, new shoes, video games, toys, all of those nice things. Or you want to change your phone, for example, for the teenagers we have here, and you keep saying, mommy, and I want to change my phone. But then you already have one you're using. That means you don't necessarily need it and you don't need to spend your money on it. So needs are very important. Necessity, wants, not so important, you just want it. So if you are given 1,000 naira, for example, and you need to eat first, and you need to eat, you want to eat, you want to buy a toy, and you need to save. The first thing you have to do is, okay, know how much you are going to be spending on your needs. So 1,000, this is a 100% percentage. So 1,000 will be 100%. So 500 naira will go for your needs, like food, like water. Okay, you need food, you need to drink water, you need to eat to be okay, to be able to focus in class. That is very important. And then for your wants, it means, okay, let's assume you want to buy shoes. Of course, the 500 naira you have left is not enough for shoes. So you can decide to, okay, put a portion of money somewhere and say, okay, this is the money you want to use for your wants. So, and maybe it is not want that 300 naira can take. Maybe it is something else, maybe not fancy shoes for now. You can decide to save that 300 naira to buy shoes, or you can decide to use it to buy something else just to satisfy the fact that you have wants at that time. Also, 20% of that 100% goes to saving. It means that regardless of whether or not you want to feed yourself, you have things to make you look good, feel good, it is also very important to always save. What I'm talking about is when you have money, when you are given money, rather than just focus on, spending all of it, divide it into three. One, for your needs, two, for your wants, and three, to save. You don't have to save all of your money. When they give you money, you don't need to save everything. Just take a portion, just small. It can be 200 naira, and say, okay, this 200 naira, I want to put this type polo. Okay, you save that one for your future, for a future need, for a future want. Okay, tomorrow at school, you need to buy a gift for your friend. That is something that you can save towards. And you can say, okay, you want to buy yourself something new to celebrate the fact that you took first in class. You have to save towards it. So when it comes to wants and needs, it is very important for you to be able to distinguish. But also note that don't save all your money, because if you save all your money and you are hungry, what's the essence of saving? If you save all your money and you want all of the things in the world and you're just saving, you would not be happy. So you need to be able to live life and still enjoy life at the same time. As children, we have a lot of things we need, we have a lot of things that we want, but being able to navigate what our wants are, what our needs are, and how to save, regardless of what you are doing, how much you have, just make sure you always save. And this formula is something I've been using for myself. I teach my cousins, I teach my nieces and my nephews, and everyone around me. 50% goes towards your needs, 30% goes towards your wants, and 20% goes towards saving. You don't have to save all your money, except if the money, you don't need it at the moment. Then you can say, let me save everything. This percentage is just for when you have needs and all of that. But if you don't need the money, you don't want to buy anything, food is covered, what you want is covered, save everything. That's because if you save, in the future, when you need that money, you have somewhere to go to. In the future, when you have to buy a new dress or a new clothes for your party, and your mommy says no or your daddy says no, you have somewhere to go to. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you've learned one or two things today.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm really pushed to say thank you so much, Auntie Miriam, because that was a really, really exposing session. And I'm sure that everyone has learned a lot. All our attendees on the call must have learned a lot from that session. You talked about really important things when it comes to saving money. A lot of people think, especially for teenagers, they will think that these people have come again with saving. They want to enjoy life. They want to live for the now. But you've been able to explain to us that saving also means living and enjoying life. So you can save for the raining days and you can enjoy today. And you only have to save all of your money if you don't need it, right? Which I think is where Fumi comes in to talk about investment and the likes. But you've really touched on some important parts. You talked about living life, enjoying life, saving life. You talked about how even we can buy, buying of toys could also be a goal, right? So people also always think that savings would be just for a very, very serious thing. As a child, getting the latest toy could be a serious goal, and your goals are valid. So, but the important thing is that you have to save towards it. Even if you have all the money today to get that toy, but you need to save and say, okay, every month I'll take 10% of my money to save towards this goal. I will do that. And then she also talked to us about the 50-30-20 rule, which is a rule that's been working for her, for her nieces and nephews, and even for a lot of teenagers across the world. 50% goes to your needs, 30% goes to your wants, and 20% to your 20% savings, right? So this is also very important for us to note. So thank you again, Miriam, and please feel free to drop your questions in the chat, drop your comments, anything that you're not sure of, anything you want to know. You've tried the formula, it hasn't worked for you, you prefer to try something else, feel free to let us know in the comments section. We'll move right to our next, and I think our final presenter for today, Fumilayo Ige. Now, Fumi is going to talk to us about how money grows, right? Olajide has talked to us about what money is, understanding money. Miriam has talked to us about smart money habits. She talked about savings. Now, Fumilayo is going to talk to us about the next level of money. It's one thing to have the money. Next stage is to save the money. And now you need to learn how to grow the money. How do you turn the 5,000 naira that your father or your mother has given to you today to something bigger so you can meet your next need? So over to you, Fumi. Good afternoon.
All right. Hi, Vincent. Thank you. Thank you once again. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fumlayo, and I'll be talking to you about money goals, making your money work for you. I know Miriam has told you all about saving, especially the 50-30-20 rule. So once you have that money, once you start saving, how can you make it work for you? So I'll be talking to you about that. So firstly, I just want to paint a picture. I want to give you an example. Now, if you plant a seed and you water it, it grows into a big tree, right? So money works the same way. If you care for it, it can go into a really big tree. So I'll be talking to you about the various ways we can care for our money, and I'll walk you through the 3 most important steps. Step 1, I call this is the most important step, earning money. This is the first and the most important step of all. You need money to grow money. You can't start from zero. So earning money as a child means using your skills and your time and creativity in safe, small spaces, small ways. And examples of ways you can earn money as a child include, number 1, pocket money or the allowance you get from your parents. I know growing up, I always got an allowance from my parents. They give you either a week, it could be weekly, it could be monthly. They also reward you for maybe doing extra tasks in the house, washing their cars. They give you some money. Another way you can make money is turning your talents into money. You can start a YouTube channel or even sell like handmade crafts like digital art or even beads just to make money. Another way to make money, which is my favorite part, is getting gifts from family and friends. I remember during Christmas or Easter, I mean, my uncles and aunties, they give me so much money. I mean, I miss being a kid. But you need to remember, do not spend all your money at once. You need to save some, which is what Miriam has emphasized. So we would be moving on to the next step, which is setting money goals. First, I would like to explain what a money goal is. A money goal is a plan for something you want that costs money. You can always think of a money goal like a map that helps you get to your final destination. So I remember growing up, my own major money goal as a child, not now, was saving up to buy knockouts that I would use and play with my friends. That's in December. So I would start saving as far back as January. I'll spend 12 months saving just so I can achieve my goal. Now, there are 3 types of goals. You have the short-term goal, you have the medium-term, and the long-term goals. And I'll be explaining all 3. So for your short-term goals, these are goals that you can achieve within a really short period. You can achieve it in as little as a week to 3 months. So an example of a short-term goal would be saving for a video game or a new headphones. You can just say, okay, you know what? I'll spend the next 1 month saving and I will get new headphones. That's a short-term goal. For medium-term goals, these are goals that you can achieve within 3 months to 12 months. So, I mean, I'm very sure a medium-term goal will cost more than a short-term goal because it will take you slightly longer for you to achieve. And example of a medium-term goal is saving for like a new bicycle or a scooter. These goals will cost you more money. Now, the third type of goal is a long-term goal. Now, a long-term goal, these are goals that can take over a year to achieve. It takes a lot of discipline. Like a long-term goal could include saving for a new laptop or even saving to start your own business. I mean, you can start your business anytime you want. It's great to start early. So one thing you need to know about setting a money goal is it's important we set smart money goals. Now, what is smart? Remember, let's start with the letter S. S means specific. You need to know exactly what you want to use your money for. You have to be specific and say, okay, you know what? I want to save for a new phone. You are being specific. You write it down. M as in measurable. How much does it cost? How much does your new phone cost? You write it down. You're already there. You're almost there. You started setting your money goals. Now, the third one is A, achievable. Can you save towards it? Now, this is where we have to be smart. See, I know they say dream big, but it's also good to start small. We have to be realistic here. You can't say you want to start saving for a Lamborghini. That will take like really, really long. We have to be realistic. Start small. You want to get a new phone. Is it achievable? Do you think you can achieve it within 1 year? Set achievable goals for yourself. Set things that you know that with good discipline, you can achieve it. Now we go to the next one, realistic. Like I said, you have to be realistic with yourself. Don't say, I believe in myself. I want to start saving for a G-Wagon. Please, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Now, the fifth one is time bound. By when? Now, you have to give yourself a time frame. How, let's say 1 year, 1 month, or 1 week. That's time bound. Now, the third one is how your money can grow. And this is very important because this is what I do. It's investing, making your money work for you. Now, let me give you an example. Do you know when you put your money in a bank, the bank pays you a little extra called interest. That is your money working for you. Investing means putting your money in something that can increase so that it can increase over time. So for example, let's say you save 5,000 naira monthly. Now, if you save 5,000 naira every month and you're just putting it in a piggy bank or maybe you're keeping it in your pocket or maybe you're just putting it in your drawer anywhere. So you save 5,000 naira every month. If you save for 12 months, that means after 1 year, you would have 60,000 naira. But if you save in a bank and you put maybe 5,000 naira there every month and the bank that gives you 500 naira interest every month, it means at the end of the year, you'll be having 3,000 naira extra because the bank will give you 63,000 at the end of the year. That means you've even made money while saving. So you have 3,000 extra to achieve your goals, which is really, really great. So the earlier you start saving, the earlier you start investing, the more it grows. So I'll tell you that I'll give you like different investments for kids that you can do. So for example, we have education investment funds. It's something that parents can always open and invest an education savings plan, and they set aside money for long-term goals. I already spoke about long-term goals. We have long-term goals such as university or school fees. So they set aside money monthly and they also get a little interest on it so that their money increases in value. And I know here at Coronation Life Assurance, we offer the flexible education plan, which gives you the opportunity to save and also enjoy high interest rates. And another investment that you can also do is a saving account with interest. Like I said, it is the easiest and safest way to start. It's good for building the habits of saving And even your parents can also add interest just to encourage you to meet your money goals. I know Coronation, we also offer the flexible investment plan, which provides the opportunity for you to like save and also meet your specific goals within specific duration. And the sweet thing is we also embedded insurance in it. So yeah, that is about investing. Those are the 3 steps that you can do. Firstly, you earn your money, then you set your money goals and invest. Remember, little drops of rain makes an ocean. So thank you so much. All right. Hi.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Familaya. Really, really wonderful presentation again. And I'm sure that our attendees are learning a lot from all our speakers today. You spoke about a lot, and I agree with you that in terms of earning your money, getting gifts is the favorite part. And then you
Yeah.
just have to sit and get free money for doing almost nothing. So if our teenagers are listening, I mean, it's a take advantage of it while you can now, right? Free money stops at a particular age, right? I'm not sure every speaker on this call gets free money every now and then, like children. So I think that's really cool. And then you talked about setting your money goals, the smart money goals, really, really important, being specific. And I like that you try to advise us to be realistic about our goals, right? As a teenager, with the allowance your parents give you to school every day, you're not going to buy a G-Wagon from that. So it's important to be clear that you're not going to buy a house from the money they give you to school every day. So you have to set goals that are aligned with, I mean, something that you can meet, that are realistic and very specific, and also time bound. When do you want to be able to buy this based on the foresight of what you know you would receive between now and your timing? So thank you very much. And of course, investing the money to earn more, increasing the value of the money that you have. So really, really spot on, really, really well done. Don't forget that you can put your questions on the chat if you have questions, if you have comments, just so that people can see and we can take them. We have our speakers still on the call. We just get thumbs up on YouTube. We have speakers still on the call, and they are willing to take your answers just so that we can move on. In between, while we are still expecting some comments and questions, we have a poll, some quiz that would display on the screen now, and when our winners would win gift vouchers. Fumilayo talked about one of the ways to um, earn money is in getting gifts. And so this is an opportunity to get gifts free of charge, courtesy of Coronation Life Assurance. So yeah, if you know the answers to these questions, be the first to put them in the comment section and you will win something. So your YouTube platform has a chat. Just answer the question. Naira is used as a currency in Nigeria. What currency does the United Kingdom spend? And also what currency is spent in Ghana? So just let us know, is it Naira in the UK? Is it Naira in Ghana? Also, what's the name of their currency? If you can answer that, lucky winners get to win free gift vouchers that you can take to the supermarket and buy yourself something you've always wanted. Maybe your favorite toy, maybe a pack of your favorite snack or drink, whatever it is that you used to enjoy yourself. So why would allow this question just display, right? I just want to also engage. I don't know if Miriam is still on the call.
Yes, Miriam is still on the call.
Okay, yes. Hi, Miriam. I just want you to talk to us about wants and needs, right? The difference. Just a little, just explain to us wants and needs difference, especially as it relates to the money formula.
Okay, so the difference between wants and needs are wants, something you like, you just want it. You want to buy a new headphone, even though you have earpiece, but because it looks nice, you want it. You want to buy a new shoe, even though you have one at home. you just want a new one, not because you actually need it. Now, needs are things that are necessaries, things that you cannot do without. Like food, you cannot do without food. You must eat every day. Water, you must drink water every day. Why in some places you find water for free, in some places water you have to buy water. So imagine when you have to eat first, would you go and use your money to buy a new headphones when you know that you must eat? Of course not. So needs are things that require your money first before wants. Wants are those things that, okay, even if I don't have them today, nothing will happen to me. Even if you don't have them today, nothing will go wrong. You'll just probably be sad for a while. But when it comes to needs, you have to make sure that you are taking care of those things first. If you don't eat, you get sick. If you don't drink water, you get dehydrated and you start having headache. So the best thing you have to do is make sure you are eating. It's just that, okay, for example, now let's say for 15-year-olds now, if your mommy and your daddy do not pay your school fees first, they'll send you out of school. And imagine if they can't use your school fees to buy a new car. You get sent out of school because the money has been used to fill their wants. And you as a child would be sad that your school fees is the most important thing, but it has been used to buy a car. So you have to make sure that the most important things come first. And when it comes to the 50, 30, 20%, 50 goes towards your needs, all of the things that you know that are necessary for your livelihood, they are necessary for your health, they are necessary to make sure that you are good. Those are needs. And 50% of any money you have goes towards it. And then for your wants, 30%. That is, if you want to buy a new, you want to buy a scarf, for example, now, if after you've taken care of your needs, there's still extra money left for your wants, you can now go and buy that thing that you want. You want a new headphone, go ahead and buy it. But you have to make sure that 20% of that money that you want to go and use has been saved somewhere for a particular goal that you want to achieve later. I know it's not just about spending all of it. It's about taking care of your needs, taking care of your wants, and saving as you do that. Thank you very much. Let me know if that answers your question.
Yes, Miriam, thank you. Thank you. That answers it. And it's I mean, I like that you're trying to explain that because you earn this money, you deserve to spoil yourself a little if you want. So that's the whole idea of the want, right? So well done. We move to the next question now, right? The next question talks about if you save 500 naira for every week, how much will you have in a year? Knowing that there are 52 weeks in a year, if you save 500 naira every week, how much will you have in a year? So please feel free to let us know the correct answer on the comment section. Our team will pick randomly and contact you, and we would give you a voucher if you get the answer correctly, right? I think person with the correct answer, the first person with the correct answer, or randomly with the correct answer, we get someone in the comment section with the correct answer, we get a voucher to shop. So let us know if you save 500 naira every week, how much will you have in a year? In addition, while this is on, Fumilayo, could you just briefly talk to us about engagements, about investment rather, right? For children, teenagers in secondary school, and probably maybe just even entering university and the like. But let's say teenagers in secondary school now, because they earn daily, right? They live by free wills, gifts, and the likes. What investment options? Maybe investment is such a big word here, but how can they grow that money from point A to point B?
Right, thank you. Thank you so much, Vincent. So yes, I already mentioned, like, okay, by just leaving your money, opening a savings account with a bank, you earn a little extra. So once you have a savings account, you've already started investing, to be honest. You start earning interest every month. Your bank pays you a little on it. Then you also have various platforms you can invest. I already mentioned the flexible investment plan we have here in Coronation. So it's something that even teenagers can invest in. So once you start saving, once you start setting aside a little money every month, you can just drop a plan and then Coronation will be paying you a certain percentage as interest on your money. That's extra. Just so that at the end of the year or whatever time duration you've chosen, your money would increase in value. So I think the first step is set your money goal. Once you set your money goal, you look at the plan that suits you. Do you want to do an investment plan, a flexible investment plan for 1 year? Do you want to do something for 2 years? Or do you want to do something for 3, even as much as 5 years? It depends, like I said, dream big, but I mean, start small. So we have plans here that accommodate like a variety of time frames. And also I know they are like different. I mean everybody's tech savvy now. But one thing I would just like to point out that before you invest, always do your due diligence. I know that sounds like a big word. It simply means do your findings. Don't do your findings. Read up about it. Does it align with the goals that you want? So for instance, let's say you're saving towards you want to get a new headphone. Remember, that's a short-term investment. Now that's a short-term goal rather. You want to invest and save at the same time. So you have to pick an investment plan that aligns with your goal. It's a short-term goal that you think, okay, I can achieve within 3 months. That means your investment plan also has to be 3 months. You can't invest for 1 year for a 3 months goal. It has to match. Always make sure it matches. So I mean, that's just a few tips I have. Vincent.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you so
thank
much.
you.
And I think,
Listen,
okay,
okay,
Olajide, please go
just
ahead.
like yes, to add to what Formulayo said now, that the audience, that's our teenagers, can hello, can anybody hear? Hello, okay, so that they can also invest in coronation life assurance flexi policies. So in doing that, just as I said earlier, you don't have to go around you don't have to go around carrying cash about. Right from where you have that savings account on your app, you can pay your premium and pay your premium. It can be via the virtual accounts. You understand? From your savings, we have the virtual account whereby your premium can be paid instantly. Oh, for example, now you have saved to purchase a flexi investment plan or education plan in Coronation Life. Oh, mind me sense. So in Coronation Life, so just as you said that you don't need to carry cash about. Right on your app there, you can make the payment directly to Coronation Life, and that also assists you or aid your investment plan. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Olajide. We have the third question now, which says, if you are given pocket money of 5,000 naira, which is the smart and money-wise choice? A, spend all of it. B, save a little. And C, spend a little. If you are given 5,000 naira, which is the smart choice to make. So you can let us know in the comment section, and please let us know in the comment section. And of course, we would take the right answer and reward the right person. So let us know, spend all of it now, save a little, spend a little, hide it and forget about it. Let us know what you will do if you're giving 5,000 naira. Olajide, why this question is on, if you can just tell us, if you can just tell us what's maybe one money mistake that you think teenagers would regularly make. If you can just tell us largely one money mistake that teenagers would easily make with their money.
Thank you. I think one of the significant mistakes that teenagers can make with their money is it's not to plan or not to save properly or to assume that money keeps coming in the same manner on daily basis. For example, as a teenager, if your parents, for example, give you, let's say, 10,000 today, and you assume that tomorrow you are getting the next 10,000, next you are getting another 10,000 naira. Money might not work in that way. You plan with what you have at hand, and not to make mistake of, what I get today is the same thing I must get tomorrow, I must get next. So teenagers must cultivate the habit of planning on the money at hand, not the anticipation, or not money that they anticipate that it's coming. Plan at what you have at hand. That's one of the significant mistakes teenagers can make when it comes to money, by planning on what is the money that is not at hand. Thank you. So planning is very key.
Okay, thank you very much, Olajide. Really, really, really spot on. Thank you very much. And with that, we have come to the end of today's session. It's really been exciting. We are very grateful to our speakers, Olajide, Miriam, and Fumilayo. Thank you for taking our time to share this wealth of knowledge with our children, with the teenagers, to help them understand smart money choices, to make them money-wise, even though they are still young, and to understand that being able to create the future of their dreams, they have to begin to make smart money choices today, right? And to all our teenagers on the call, thank you for finding time to join. We would like to encourage you to begin to make smart money choices. I mean, take the 50-30-20 rule, save for the raining days, invest your money, ask your parents to open your bank account so you can begin to save and earn little interest from savings, and ask your parents to open a flexible education plan so that they can begin to save towards your education up to the level you want to go to. If you want to go for a master's degree, your PhD, the parents can begin to put something together little by little in a fund, so that if in the event that something sad happens to them, you're not going to be left stranded in terms of your education or the plans you have for your life. What they've been able to save and the goal that they've set for themselves, the insurance firm would cover that. So tell parents to look up what a coronation education investment plan is. It will help you. It will help your siblings and your friends. And of course, stay woke, right? Stay woke in terms of your money. Don't let your money just go away from your hand. In terms of investments, research the investment. If your friends come to you and say, "Oh, there's this thing, we'll put our money, let's just put 10,000 or 5,000, and tomorrow it will grow to 20,000," you have to understand what that is. Is it real? Is it possible? Ask a grown-up around you, ask an adult around you, and feel free to ask us anytime at Coronation, right? You can contact us on corporate communications at coronationinsurance.com.ng, or you can even come to this YouTube channel and drop a comment and say, "Oh, I heard about an investment opportunity. Is it real? Is it possible?" And one of our speakers, one of our experts will guide you easily to understand. So thank you once again for finding time to join. Thank you to our speakers. Thank you to parents who allow their children join this session too. Till we'll meet again, maybe in a subsequent session. Stay safe, invest wisely, and spend wisely. Have a great day, everyone.